Okay, so the third thing that we're going to learn to do as part of the portrait is to draw the teeth. So earlier I had talked about how the teeth actually sit on the skull, right? Where we're looking at an aerial view of the head, and we're looking at maybe this being the nose here, right? And so the teeth are going to sit on a round surface, right? That's important to remember that. And then also that when you're drawing the teeth, they actually are behind the lips, right? They're behind the lips. So those two things are good to remember as you start to draw the teeth. So again, you're going to have real good reference from the photo that you're going to be drawing. So I'm going to kind of draw some general ways of drawing the teeth. The most important thing is to remember that if you're looking at, draw a little bit larger here. Let me go ahead and draw a little bit larger here. If you're looking at the teeth, right, or kind of create that feeling of the mouth being open, right, is drawing the top of the teeth, right? Because if we look at the way, if we look at this as profile, right? Profile, this being the lips, right? And say we have the mouth open a little bit. Right? Profile. This being the lips here. The teeth are going to sit pretty much somewhere in there like that, right? So they're going to be in the shadow of this top lip, right? They're going to be in the shadow of this top lip. So as you're drawing the teeth, you don't want to draw the line so that they have this stiff appearance and kind of protruding from the mouth. So you don't want to do this type of thing. You might could do something like this just to space them out, but very lightly, right? So you don't want to do this, right? You don't want to do. Eventually you'll connect these, but the way you go about doing that is to focus on the top here, right? The shadow area. And then the teeth, again, you don't want to draw them so that they're flat, but you want to draw them so that they have a little bit of a feeling that they're rounded out on the edges, right? So we're going to kind of create a shadow from the top lip, and then you round them out like this a little bit. And then again here, if we're looking at light, wherever light is kind of wrapping around the teeth, the ones in the front are going to be lighter, and as they curve around the head, they're going to be a little bit darker and more in shadow. So if we're looking at teeth, see again here, we're not kind of, this is going to be, this area right in here is going to be the lightest area, so that, and you create that by not putting in the entire line there in the beginning. And right here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of draw the bottom of them there. So I'm drawing those a little bit harder line there. All right, shadow. And then shadow as we lighter. Start a little bit of a gradation here. You don't want to make them 100% black, but the ones that are in the furthest in the back are maybe 60, 70. And then again, you're going to, even though it's in the shadow, you still want to create that illusion of roundness to the teeth, a little bit of roundness. So that's, and depending on whether they're touching or whether there's a gap there, you know, you're going to and then fill in this area in here. And then add shadows here as you see fit, according to your reference, right? Probably a little bit too dark back in there, but I might want to pick that up a little bit. And that's probably better done with the kneaded or gum eraser, right? Kneaded eraser. Now coming in here, really sharpening that up with my mechanical pencil. Okay, so that's how you go about drawing the teeth. And even in here, you depending on your reference again here, but I'm going to add a little bit of a, try to add a little bit of a gradation here, really getting dark back in here. Really getting dark back in here, and then gradating to a little bit lighter value there. Okay, so that's how you go about drawing teeth.